even without the knee, that should have been a knockdown. I thought I should have won a competitive fight. I think I did what I needed to do necessary to make the rounds. I'm just a little frustrated with the scorecards. I thought I should have won.
Did Gervonta Davis take a knee, and should he have been deducted a point and in the end lost that fight to Roach, in your opinion?
Yeah, in my opinion, if it was a draw, he take a knee.
That's why I don't want to box no more. I want to do therapy, right? But I feel as though if I do therapy, it will lose the fire that I have inside me.
In a dramatic turn of events, Lamont Roach made an unexpected appearance at Gervonta Tank Davis's training facility, following rumors of their highly anticipated rematch. This surprising move has sent shockwaves through the boxing world, adding a thrilling new chapter to the intense rivalry that began with their controversial draw. Their previous encounter was clouded by controversy, particularly in the crucial 9th round when Davis went down after a sharp jab from Roach. Technical difficulties prevented an instant replay review, and the referee's decision not to rule. It had knocked down left fans and analysts questioning the outcome. Now, with both fighters calling for a decisive rematch, the stage is set for a bout that promises to settle the score once and for all.
What was going through your mind when you heard the decision?
Nobody like a draw, you know, from a guy that get knockouts and things like that, but it's cool. I feel like if we fight again, I could do more, and I should have did more. I was lost in the, I lost track in the rounds. That's why we need, what is it called? Yeah, man. I didn't know what round it was. Facts.
Tank, Eric Blum from DailyMail.com. First off, your coach just said, can you confirm, did you get your hair done 2 days before the fight?
Yeah.
Shortly after the rematch was reportedly confirmed, witnesses say Lamont Roach made a bold statement by showing up at Davis's gym, dressed in his workout gear and radiating confidence. Roach walked into the facility while Davis was deep in his training, and eyewitnesses described a tense atmosphere as Roach approached him, seemingly with one clear message: the fight isn't over, and he's ready to settle the score in the ring. Though Davis appeared momentarily surprised by the sudden intrusion, the brief yet charged encounter highlighted the intensity of their rivalry and the personal stakes at play. The incident quickly went viral on social media, with videos and photos capturing the raw emotion of the moment. Fans and analysts alike praised Roach's boldness, seeing his gym appearance as a calculated move to get under Davis's skin ahead of the rematch. The online chatter only heightened the buzz surrounding the upcoming fight, with many believing this public display of bravado could give Roach a psychological edge. Prominent figures in the boxing community have weighed in on the incident, with some analysts viewing the gym confrontation as a natural extension of the fierce competitive spirit both fighters share. Others, however, see it as a strategic effort to disrupt Davis's focus during training. This unexpected visit adds a new layer of intensity to an already fiery rivalry. Beyond settling past scores, the rematch now promises to be a battle of wills, with both fighters determined to prove who truly deserves the title. As governing bodies like the WBA keep a close eye on the situation, this public showdown has only solidified the notion that nothing will stand in the way of these two warriors in their quest for supremacy. With a rematch on the horizon, all eyes will be on the ring as Davis and Roach prepare to settle the controversy once and for all. The upcoming bout is already being hailed as one of the most anticipated events in the lightweight division, where every punch thrown and moment of psychological warfare could tip the scales. Meanwhile, Canelo Alvarez has also shared his thoughts on the fight this week.
Did Gervonta Davis take a knee, and should he have been deducted a point and in the end lost that fight to Roach, in your opinion?
Yeah, in my opinion, if it was a draw, he take a knee. And plus the corner go up and put a towel in the face, that's a disqualification for sure. I'm talking about the rules, but it's not my business.
Davis recently stated on social media that the rematch could happen soon, particularly pointing to the end of May as a potential date as he prepares for the fight. Davis had previously hinted at the possibility of early retirement at 30, but now plans to fight at least for more times, with a rematch against Roach ideally being one of those bouts. Unlike the prolonged pauses that have marked his career in recent years, Davis showed his ability to handle a quick turnaround in 2023, fighting twice in just a few months. He first defeated Hector Luis Garcia by stoppage on January 7th, then returned to the ring 3 months later, securing another stoppage victory over Ryan Garcia on April 22nd. The controversy surrounding the Davis versus Roach fight went beyond the typical debates that accompany a draw. A key moment occurred in the 9th round when referee Steve Willis chose not to call Davis's voluntary knee and knockdown. The New York State Athletic Commission attributed its failure to review the replay to a technical issue, despite replay being allowed in the state. Calls have been made to reevaluate the fight, with some even suggesting that the result be overturned in Roach's favor, though that remains unlikely. This is not only because Davis is the bigger draw, but also because even if the knockdown had been officially recognized, it's impossible to determine how the fight or the remaining rounds would have played out. Fighters often adjust their strategies after a knockdown, and retroactively declaring the round 10-8 for Roach would set a dangerous precedent, as judges weren't obligated to score it that way in the first place. Athletic commissions are generally hesitant to alter results after the fact, and in this case, the draw will likely stand, despite its unpopularity. However, there is a rational justification for this decision, as the rematch has garnered far more interest than the original fight. The first bout still drew solid numbers at the gate in Brooklyn, and now Tank versus Roach 2 feels almost inevitable. If the rematch doesn't happen, it won't just fuel the usual debates about Davis avoiding opponents, but it will also leave a significant gap in his legacy. This was a fight that captivated fans, and it demands a second chapter. That said, securing the budget for another event by late May could be challenging for premier boxing champions. Although fans are eager for the rematch this year, a 3-month turnaround may not be feasible. In an exclusive interview with Boxing Scene on Thursday, Roach expressed confidence that Davis would exercise the rematch clause in their contract. At the same time, he trusts the New York State Athletic Commission to deliver a fair ruling on the controversial events of the 9th round. Roach stated, "I hope the rematch happens sooner rather than later. Everybody's still talking about the fight 5 days later. It's been a huge spectacle." Roach is contractually tied to a rematch and is ready if Davis calls him. Regarding the commission's ruling, a person with knowledge of the matter informed Boxing Scene that a decision is expected soon, likely by the beginning of next week. Roach added, "I think it definitely plays in our favor that there hasn't been a ruling yet." The controversy surrounding the 9th round knockdown continues to generate discussion, as referee Steve Willis allowed the fight to continue without penalizing Davis for taking the knee. Additionally, Prime Video's failure to provide the necessary replay footage in time for the commission's review only added to the confusion, with sentiments growing in the boxing world. There's increasing speculation that the New York Commission may declare the bout a no contest. This decision would acknowledge that Davis was deprived of the chance to fight with his usual aggressive style in the final 3 rounds, something he may have done had he been aware of his 10-8 deficit in the 9th round. 2 judges had scored the round 10-9 in Davis's favor, a decision that allowed him to escape with a draw, with final scores of 114-114, 114-114, and 115-113. Roach believes justice would be served if the knockdown is recognized, or if the commission takes into account that Davis turned his back and received assistance from his coach outside the ring. Roach argued, "That's unheard of without a disqualification." He maintains that if the decision isn't overturned, it will only add fuel to the fire ahead of the rematch. The first fight, which packed 19,150 fans into New York's Barclays Center, set the stage for a highly anticipated rematch. Roach is confident that their next fight will be even more intense, saying, "I'm going to be a better me, and he better come with his game." Roach also maintains that he was fully affected by Davis's hardest punches. "I told him that," Roach recalled in one mid-fight verbal exchange. "Davis told me, 'I thought you hit way harder than this.' I responded, 'Who are you to talk? You had a 90% knockout ratio, and I'm still standing here jawing at you.' The turning point of the night came when I took his best shot and realized, all right, it's time to get down in the dirt." Roach believes that, despite Davis getting the better of him in some exchanges, it was clear that Davis was trying to prove he was the star. By the end of the day, he realized that I'm the guy, and I'm not going anywhere. He's not going to knock me out. Roach feels that he did enough to earn the victory. Despite the official draw dot in addition to Willis's mistake, Prime Video's failure to obtain a replay of the 9th round knockdown in time for the commission's review has added to the controversy. Roach believes this points to foul play, but he is not ready to label it as pure corruption. "What happened to me was unfortunate," Roach said. "I didn't get a fair shake because of the status of the fighter. I was fighting a superstar, the most popular draw in America." Roach expressed frustration over the officiating, especially considering that Davis's knee was never officially ruled a knockdown. Roach has refrained from calling for the dismissal of referee Willis, acknowledging that mistakes happen. However, he hopes that Willis realizes his role in what could have been a major turning point in boxing. "This will forever be a stain on boxing if this is upheld as a draw," Roach said. If the knockdown wasn't scored, his credibility is at stake. WBA President Gilberto Mendoza has expressed his support for a rematch, emphasizing that the controversy surrounding the fight requires a clear resolution. Roach, who entered the fight as the underdog, now holds the WBA junior lightweight title. If the WBA mandates the rematch, it will have to take place within 120 days. As the boxing world eagerly anticipates the rematch, the pressure is mounting for the commission to make a final decision. Whether or not the fight ends in a rematch, it's clear that the rivalry between Davis and Roach has only just begun.
What was going through your mind when you heard the decision?
Nobody like a draw, you know, from a guy that get knockouts and things like that, but it's cool. I feel like if we fight again, I could do more, and I should have did more. I was lost in I lost track in the rounds. That's why we need what is it called? Yeah, man. I didn't know what round it was. Facts.
Veteran MMA analyst and passionate boxing enthusiast Joe Rogan was left speechless after witnessing the breathtaking performance between Davis and Roach, which many are calling a Fight of the Year contender. Rogan took to Instagram to express his thoughts on the intense battle, commenting on the remarkable contest between Davis and Roach. He said, watching the replay of the outstanding title fight last night between Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach. I had never seen Lamont fight before, but I'm a big fan now. The fight was a draw, but it was an amazing contest, and I really hope they run it back. For the first time in his career, Davis didn't emerge victorious, settling for a draw after an unbroken streak of 30 professional wins leading up to his bout with Roach. Davis had hinted at retirement, though whether he follows through with it remains uncertain. On the other hand, Roach extended his unbeaten streak to 7 fights by battling Davis to a majority draw. As speculation surrounding a rematch between the two intensifies, one thing is clear: Davis is on the hook for a hefty 6-figure payout. Tensions were high at Friday's official weigh-in, where Davis boldly wagered $150,000 that he would stop Roach before the final bell. However, after 12 grueling rounds, Roach was still standing, leaving Davis with a costly lesson and a debt to settle. Davis later explained that his decision to take a knee during the fight was due to hair grease seeping into his eyes, blurring his vision. In a controversial move, the referee chose not to rule it a knockdown, a decision that could have dramatically altered the fight's outcome. With a potential rematch now on the horizon, both fighters seem poised for another intense showdown. Rogan, still buzzing from their grueling 12-round battle, is eager to see them go head-to-head once again, acknowledging the remarkable nature of their first contest.
Listen, it was a good fight, man. You know what I mean? And Whichcomb came to fight. Lamont came to fight. They know each other. Just what I tell people, it wasn't gonna be no easy fight. You know what I mean? And I was telling everybody that. Now they understand what I was saying. Them guys knew each other. Plus, they probably used to spar each other. Matter of fact, they did. You spar each other back in the day.
Ennis has shared his thoughts on why the referee may have given Davis the benefit of the doubt, suggesting that Davis's strong influence in the sport may have led to a favorable call. Ennis mentioned, "I see that he started counting, then he stopped. You know what I mean. But you got to understand, Tank has a lot of power. He showed you right there. He's got power," he told YSM Sports Media on Tuesday. When asked whether the WBA views Davis as a major moneymaker, Ennis responded, "That's what I'm saying. He puts butts in seats. Davis has developed a powerful appeal propelling his popularity in recent years. His victory over Frank Martin on June 15th last year drew 325,000 to 350. Zero pay-per-view buys in the U.S., generating roughly $26 million in revenue. The event also earned nearly $14 million in gate receipts, marking Davis's 7th consecutive pay-per-view headline spot since his debut as a main event fighter in 2020. His fight with Ryan Garcia in April 2023 also proved to be a massive commercial success, with approximately 1.2 million pay-per-view purchases in the U.S. and over $100 million in domestic PPV revenue. The event also earned $20.8 million at the gate at Las Vegas's T-Mobile Arena, marking the 5th highest live gate in Nevada's history. Additionally, Davis's fight with Roach Jr. set an attendance record at Barclays Center with an official crowd of 19,150 and also secured the 2nd highest gate at the venue. Ennis emphasized that Davis can draw a crowd, but he questioned whether that influence means he can get away with breaking the rules. When asked about whether Davis's face being cleaned during a fight should have resulted in disqualification, Ennis said, "That's what they say. That's what I heard." An investigation into the incident has been started by the New York State Athletic Commission. The commission revealed that a technical issue prevented the usual review process, leading to the incorrect ruling. However, the commission did not indicate that the decision could be overturned, instead focusing on ensuring such technical issues don't occur in the future. Lamont Roach Jr.'s team has requested that the ruling be changed in his favor, but the chances of this happening are slim, which only strengthens the likelihood of a rematch, especially with Davis advocating for it. If Ennis's comments hold true, Roach Jr. may face even greater challenges when the two meet again in the ring. Ennis believes the fight could have ended in a knockdown, but his perspective differs from others. Amid the controversy, IBF welterweight champion Jaron Ennis has defended Gervonta Davis. Terrence Crawford, among others, believes Roach should have won, particularly after Davis knelt in the 9th round. Crawford criticized Davis, saying, "I've never seen someone take a knee and they don't count it as a knockdown." However, Ennis disagrees with the backlash, calling the fight a great one, and noted, "I had it 7-5 for Tank, or you could make it a draw." He also feels people are unfairly discrediting Davis, adding, "I feel like people just don't like Tank because he didn't knock him out. They feel like he probably lost." Jeff Mayweather, the legendary trainer, also expressed his discontent with the officiating, stating on the Mayweather channel, "If you go by the rules of boxing, it was a knockdown." He went on to explain that while Lamont Roach's strike wasn't powerful enough to render Davis unconscious, any punch can lead to a delayed reaction. He added, "It wasn't a knockout punch, but still, when you consider doing that on your own, you're supposed to be penalized for it." The controversy erupted when Gervonta Davis stunned the crowd by suddenly taking a knee and retreating toward his corner early in the 9th round. Despite it appearing to be a knockdown, referee Steve Willis chose not to start a count, instead offering a warning to Davis. Davis and Roach Jr. fought a much closer contest than anticipated through the first 9 rounds. Davis landed 103 of 279 punches, while Roach Jr. landed 112 of 400. Judge Eric Merlinski scored the fight in Davis's favor with a 115-113 score. Had Roach Jr. been awarded a 10-8 score for the 9th round, he would have won the decision. Instead, the round went to Davis, sealing the victory for him. Jeff Mayweather also criticized referee Steve Willis's decisions, pointing out that after Davis took a knee, the referee started an 8 count, but then hesitated and allowed Davis's corner to assist him. Without permission, Mayweather expressed disappointment in the officiating, saying, "There were a few things that were pretty bad in that fight." Since the bout, referee Steve Willis has faced intense scrutiny for his decisions, with figures like Terry Allen criticizing him. However, Jeff Mayweather reminded everyone that Willis is human and got caught up in the moment. He emphasized that accountability for these mistakes is crucial. Many, including Claressa Shields and Ryan Garcia, have voiced their frustrations with the officiating. Shields tweeted, "How much did they pay the ref? This is crazy," while Garcia posted, "Lamont won. Not calling that knockdown is the most wild thing I've ever seen in boxing. That type of stuff makes boxing look bad." That's all for today's video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay updated with our upcoming videos.